All you coin collectors out there, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Today we're going to take a look at 4 1 shilling coins from the United Kingdom. The reason we're looking at 4 is because I want to be able to show you the front and the back. And the other reason we're looking at 4 is because they have different backs on them. And this in 1956, actually starting in 1954, actually really starting in 1940s. They had two different backs on the British 1 shillings coin. And so let's take a look at them. And if we look on the back of this one, we see that it has a Scottish crown or Scottish shield, a crowned Scottish shield. And this one has a crowned English shield. And how can you tell the difference? This one has a lion rampant, or a standing up lion here, and you can see the claws coming out and the tongue and the tail coming way up around here. Some of you have seen a similar engraving on some of the Hong Kong coins or some of the other British United Kingdom coins. It says Fid Def at the top, Defender of the Faith. At the bottom it says 1 shilling. On the left side the shield is a 19, and the right side is a 56. Two small fleur-de-lis up here. And then way down here at the bottom, you can see a kind of a sideways W. And on this side, you can see a kind of a tilted G. And this is the initials of the engraver, and that was William Maving Gardner. So William Gardner was the engraver of the back of these coins, the engraver of both of them. If we look at the other one, we see that it has the English crest on it. And the English crest, which is here, or the English shield, is another crown shield. Again, Fid Def, again 1 shilling, and again 3 lions passant, or lying down. And those are the symbol of England, or the English shield. And again, if we look way down in there, you can see the W and the G for William Gardner, who did both the backs of these coins, or the reverses. Now on the obverse, we see that we have the Mary Gillick portrait. And it says, Dia Gratia, by the grace of God, Regina, Queen. There's a cross up here, or a plus sign. And then it says Elizabeth II. We see that it has a beaded inner rim. And right in here, you see it's worn so much that the beads become part of the rim. But if you look down in here, you see that it was originally a little separated. This is the first portrait engraved of Queen Elizabeth II. It originally came out in 1953, and it's a Mary Gillick engraving. And you can see this one, because of the light, you can see different parts of this, but on this one, you can see kind of the laurel wreath and the ribbon flowing out of her hair. I believe it was a 29-year-old. I'm not sure if she was 27 or 29 when she was first crowned, but that's the Mary Gillick portrait here. If you tip these up, you see that they are a reeded edge, and these coins are all copper nickel coins. Now, when I initially talked about this, I said these came out in 1953, but prior to that, they still did have the English crest and the Scottish crest on the coins. And in fact, if we look at this coin from 1951, we see that it has the Scottish lion on top of the crown. So here's the Scotland in 56, and here's the Scotland in 51. Of course, the Scotland in 51 had a different monarch on it. It had George VI in 1951. But if we look at this, again, it's the Fid Def, again, the Scottish lion on top of a crown. And we have a pretty good video of this one. And if we look at the English one, the English lion in 1951 was slightly different. Let me get this so I can show it better. The English lion, again, Fid Def, and this is a lion holding the scepter and essentially the crowning instrument. Kind of a weird center to it here, but let's just skip past that and say that these are lions passant, or lying down. This one is a crouched lion, and wearing kind of the beard of the lion is kind of interesting also. So this is a 51, And then there's one other difference that we should talk about, and that is that in 1953, um, the coin was again slightly different, and that's because in 1953, when Queen Elizabeth first took the throne, um, the coin initially said Queen of all Britons, and the way that it said Queen of all Britons was to say Brit Omne, and that only came out in 53. So this coin was a one-off, the 1953, the original one. And let's see if we can see that with next to the current, or the 54 to 70 coin. So you see it says Dea Gratia Brit or Queen of all Britons, and that's Britons, Britton's, or all Britannia, some people would say. And this one here, starting in 1954, did not have that. And the reason that it had Brit on it was because that was the coronation year. All right, so that's all we have today from the 1956 coins from Great Britain, the 1 shillings coins. And when you look at these, there's a number of different varieties. And there's also a couple different backs you want to look at on here. And the way you identify the backs is you look at whether the eye here on the coins, the eye on the coin goes straight up to one of the planchets or doesn't. And so if you want to figure out how to look at the two different England backs on these coins, go to namista.com or go to one of the Royal Mint sites, and they'll tell you how to identify the two different English backs on the 1956 coin. All right, we'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you might have in the comments section.